Mr Chair.
Oh, Grant Roberts.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair. It's hard to think of a Crown entity or a public organisation or a state-owned enterprise that we are looking into tonight that is in a worse state than the Accident Compensation Corporation. And the fault for that lies entirely at the feet of this government. That is where it lies. An organisation with a proud history has been turned into a shambles inside 3.5 years by this government. The core principles of ACC, prevention, treatment, rehabilitation, have been replaced with scandal, sleaze, stuff-ups and a culture of disentitlement. And that is what we are seeing from this government. From day one, they have sought to undermine ACC, to ensure that it isn't providing the service that New Zealanders would expect of it, and to ready it up for the privatisation plans that we know that they have. But, Mr Chair, it would be easy when looking at ACC to gloss over some of the matters that aren't the scandal and aren't the sleaze, but I will return to those shortly. But what I want to mention now, right off the bat, is that in the report of the Transport and Industrial Relations Committee, we see the heart of what this government is actually doing to ACC. The committee chose to comment on the increase in the number of decisions going to review. There were 5,193 decisions that went to review in 2007-8. That increased to 9,271 in 2010-11, nearly doubled. It is a scandal in itself. And the increase, but it gets worse, the increase in decisions overturned at review or on appeal went up from 900 in 2007-8 to a staggering 2,288 in 2010-11. So that's what's really going on inside ACC. That's what's there. The culture of disentitlement brought in by the former Minister Nick Smith, actually deliberately targeting a situation whereby people would have their entitlements taken away, where just more and more decisions were going to review because ACC was working harder and harder to make sure people didn't get what they were entitled to. But it's far, far worse than that, Mr Chair, because in fact what we now know is that the government wants to pay people bonuses to get people off the books. That's why things are going to review, is because people who are entitled to, who expected that ACC would be there for them, are being pushed off as part of an active campaign by this government. So don't underestimate at any point, Mr Chair, the desire of this government to undermine ACC as a public entity, because the agenda has been clear, and there's one good thing. There is only one good thing from the stuff-ups, scandal and sleaze that have bedevilled ACC. It's that the process of opening up the worker account to competition has been delayed. That's the one thing that's good. But make no mistake again, this government, they did it last time in the 1990s, they will do it again. They want to privatise this organisation. And this process of deliberately undermining the organisation, of ensuring that people don't get what they're entitled to, of seeing more cases go to review, more cases overturned on appeal because the basis of the ACC decision was wrong, that's the culture that National's been developing in ACC. And the Minister talks about a culture change. Well, the culture change that she wants is a culture of privatisation. On this side of the House, we'd like to see a culture change that actually sees ACC get back to its core business of prevention, of treatment, of rehabilitation, and of making sure that it is the organisation that New Zealanders should be proud of. But there's absolutely no way New Zealanders can be proud of an organisation that's main contact points in the last few months have been the police, the Privacy Commissioner and the Auditor General. That's what most of the work going on in ACC is about at the moment, trying to manage the scandals and the stuff-up and the sleaze. And it's simply still unacceptable to this day that such a large privacy breach could take place in an organisation like ACC. And then what followed from that was a disgrace. It was a farce, actually, but it was also a disgrace, because this organisation, once proud, found itself mired in a huge breach of privacy, ministers going, a police inquiry at the end of which we see the chair, the chief executive, board members leave. This is a Crown entity in chaos. It is a shambles. It has been poorly managed from day one of this government by Ministers Nick Smith and Judith Collins. So mired in the scandal and the sleaze are they that they have completely taken their eye off the ball of this organisation. It is a shambles.
Michael Woodhouse.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.